Hey!
Hey guys! Happy Sunday!
Happy Sunday! Happy Sunday and the Eats and Treats. Thank you for coming and watching us today on our new venture of something that we're going to start for 2019.
Yeah, something pretty exciting. So last week, when we were talking about all these cool pumpkin recipes that we were trying to find, our friend Betty Imme reached out and said, hey, I have a great pumpkin apple streusel muffin recipe, and I'm wondering if you guys can make it healthy. So we're like, all right, challenge accepted. So
that's what we're doing right now. We're going to, hi Danby, we're going to show a recipe and change it.
Yeah.
Do a great makeover on it. Basically, we're calling it an upgrade to the recipe, because really, if you think about it, it's not about, I don't know, I feel like sometimes when we think of healthy food, we're like, okay, it's healthy.
Take it away.
You take away the taste, you take away the sugar, take away the whatever it might be. And it really, there are a couple things, we really need to kind of change our mindset on that. It's actually, it's more about nourishing, what's nourishing for you. Definitely have balance. I mean, heck, we just had Halloween, right? I did.
Dad tax.
I mean, he wasn't even around, and
no,
our kids don't trick or treat anymore, so it doesn't even matter about a tax. But what I was gonna say was the fact that I had to give candy out to the kiddos, and that was great. But there was some little treats in there. I'm like, I haven't had this in a while. I'll try it, and I did. I had like a little Sour Patch thing, and I had like little M&Ms, and those little things start adding up. But then I had like a big Reese's peanut butter cup bar thing, came in like the two pack, and it was great. But I was like feeling it after a while.
Feeling it the next day.
Feeling it after that day. I mean that time, like within that hour, and then the next day I was like, ugh. But I also started thinking, I started craving some more of that sugar, and I'm like, wait a minute, not going down that road. So. Have your treats. Definitely have a treat now and then. You go for it. And if it's unhealthy or whatever, not worry about it, because you don't want to stress yourself out about that. That's not worth it. But what's worth it is learning to change your mindset and figure out what we can do to make it more nourishing. So Betty, are you on? I can't tell.
I haven't seen Betty, but Rosa's on, and Cassandra. Hey, Cassie and Rosa. And Danby. So welcome.
Nice.
Please make sure to share this so that we can get other people to join us for our Sunday Eats and Treats redo of Betty's recipe. So we are making pumpkin apple streusel muffins. So what are we doing first?
Okay, well, your voice is like cracking.
Yes, it is cracking.
Do we need these apples?
I really did them just for looks. So that was Jody's feminine touch, or decorative touch.
I was going to say decorative, Mike. There's nothing feminine about it.
I know, but it was my attempt. So
his attempt to be decorative, creative.
Yes, creative.
Because I definitely am not creative. Okay, so here's your little spatula.
Okay.
We're going to start with all the dry ingredients. So here's what we're going to do. Her recipe, Betty's recipe. Hey, wait, I think I see Betty.
Yes, Cassie, Rosa.
Oh, okay.
And,
So Betty's recipe calls for 2.5 cups of white flour. So we are replacing it and upgrading it with 2.5 cups of oat flour. So oat flour is kind of dry. Yep. So we want to make sure that in our wet ingredients, we're going to add something to let it get a little bit more, probably a little more moist. Okay. So then the next ingredient is 2 cups of white sugar. So instead of white sugar, we're going to replace it with honey, with a combination of different sweeteners. So we're going to replace it with, right now, this is a 1/2 cup of honey.
Okay.
Here's this. You're gonna need
In fact, I was wondering what we were gonna do in the combination.
He didn't
I knew you had told me, but
yeah, I was gonna say he didn't. We didn't do any research together, so I basically was kind of coming up with my own thing. So hopefully this turns out. So that's a 1/2 cup of honey for the sweetener, as well as a 1/4 cup of coconut sugar.
Okay.
And we're going to, again, this applesauce and the apples that go in this are going to be part of the sweetener too.
Okay.
So we're using that. And then let's see, for the dry ingredients, we have a tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice.
Gotta have that pumpkin spice.
Because this is a pumpkin recipe. And then we've got a teaspoon of baking soda.
Okay.
And I forgot the salt. Did I put the salt away? I did.
I did. And that was sticking at the bottom of the thing. So, but I got it all out. So that's good.
A teaspoon? Oh.
Yep.
So this is a half a teaspoon of salt.
Okay.
And I love the pink Himalayan salt. And that's all the dry ingredients that we're going to use.
It already smells good.
Well, that's a pumpkin pie spice,
Yes,
right?
I love it.
I wonder what's the sticky stuff.
That's the honey. So yeah, it's the
I
honey.
forgot. We're already put the honey in. Okay, so then now we've got the pumpkin. So this is just that Libby's canned pumpkin, and it's the pumpkin puree. So don't use like pumpkin pie filling stuff already. We just want the puree. And this is
1 cup and a quarter. So
yeah,
yeah,
1 1/4 cup. So then 2 large eggs. You can just actually stop a second.
Okay.
Okay, let's get the wet ingredients in.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
we're going to add, let's see here, 2 large eggs, 1/4 cup. She had vegetable oil, so we're doing 1/4 cup of coconut oil.
Okay.
And this, my friends, is the little applesauce things. I love these things for the kids. This is unsweetened applesauce, and it is just a 4 ounce, so it's a half a cup of applesauce. So we're adding that to it. That's not part of the recipe. We're going to add that to it.
Okay.
All right, now you can stir up.
Okay. Is there a reason why I had to wait?
Well, her recipe says to actually wait to put the wet ingredients together, and then the dry, adding it just enough to make it moist.
Okay.
And I didn't do that, so
Gotcha.
hopefully I don't have too much in there, but we shall see. Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, it looks really good. Yeah.
So you know what? This is also an addition. I love my vanilla, so we're going to add vanilla to it. It's not part of her recipe, but I'm going to add vanilla. Again, another liquid, and I want to help the oat flour. So just a teaspoon or a capful of good old vanilla.
Vanilla, yep.
We like it. And while he's doing that and stirring it, we've got 2 cups of cored and peeled apples chopped up. So you're going to add 2 cups. Got 2 cups of that.
Okay.
And I'm going to get this pan started with the cupcake liners for the muffins.
This is gonna. I'm pretty hopeful of this.
She
this
loves
looks
this.
Pretty good.
Yeah, she says she's been making this for 40 years. Where are you, Betty? I don't see you on.
No, but Melissa just joined us. Hi, Melissa.
Hi.
So, yep. So,
Hey, Melissa. I know
Miss
you have
Wadsworth.
I know you have some awesome recipes. Cassie, Danby, Rosa, you need to send us those recipes, your favorite recipes that you want us to do a makeover on. We would love to upgrade that recipe and try it out. All right, look at that. Oh
that
my.
looks really, really awesome. Check that out. So it looks really good. So
now we have the, wait, sorry, move all this stuff. We have the muffin tin all set and ready to go. I'm gonna try something. Let me see this big one.
okay,
It's all stirred in.
it's all stirred up.
Okay, so.
It's pretty moist, so it'll be interesting to see how it
Let's
turns
see how
out.
it goes on here. I'm just using that Pampered Chef thing. Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Perfect.
So he's going to fill those, and while he's filling those, I'm going to make the streusel top because that goes on top. The streusel topping, because this is the streusel muffin, calls for 2 tablespoons of butter, which I'm going to use coconut oil, and it's not melted. It's just solid coconut oil. And then a 1/4 cup of sugar, brown sugar, but I'm using a 1/4 cup of coconut sugar. Babe, can I get in there real quick? Sorry
absolutely.
about that. Is this a clean?
Yes, I
Oh,
just
never
pulled
mind. I'm
that
going
out.
to use this fork. So we've got a 1/4 cup of, hold on, friends. A 1/4 cup of coconut sugar. And, I'm going to actually combine this. 1/4 cup of coconut sugar, 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, but instead of using the white flour, I'm using gluten-free flour. You could probably do the oat flour, but I'm going to do gluten-free flour. And then a tablespoon, let me try that again. A 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. But instead of a half, I did a whole because I like the cinnamon flavor. So I did a whole. So I'm going to combine the dry with it right now. There you go. That's great.
Do you want me to pop that in the oven?
No, I've got to put this on.
Oh, I thought maybe that went after. So, see? learning as we go. So
let's see, spoon batter. Okay, got it. So I combined the sugars and the flour and the cinnamon, and I'm going to cut it into, and I just use a fork to cut it into the coconut oil. Remember, that's a solid coconut oil. And oh dang, that sounds awesome. This is so fun. So what I'm going to do here now is, you know what, we need to turn the oven on.
yeah,
We did not do that. It's at 350.
Okay. The other thing is, while you're cutting that in, Rosa actually asked a question. She said, what are your thoughts about substituting maple syrup for the honey? So great suggestion, great question.
Yes, you know what you can do? It takes a little bit more maple syrup than it does honey. So you could do, like, for every cup of sugar, you want to replace it, use like 3/4 cups of maple syrup. And you got to remember that maple syrup is dark, so it'll the cook time might be less, and that's what I'm thinking about this. And also the moisture, you may need to be adding a little bit of liquid to help it. So depending on the flour that you use. So those are my thoughts. Okay.
So now do you crumble that on top of those? Is that what?
Yes,
Oh,
this is my
yeah.
So we take this. Okay, see how it turned out? I just cut it all
That
up.
looks really awesome.
Okay.
So, yes.
So excuse me a little
Oh,
bit.
sorry.
Or we can move this over. I'm just going to kind of crumble it a little on top. I'm trying. It's like kind of go away. Why do we still have flies?
It's the fall, end of fall, and that's what happens when you live near farm areas. So, yeah, there's a big plot of land just out in front of us across the street that's got tons and tons of cows. So you attract the flies. So. Yeah, oh, that looks super good.
So yeah, so the thing about this, now this is good experimenting here. Coconut oil obviously breaks up really well, so it's pretty solid. I might, next time I make this, if this turns out good, I might go ahead and add, put the coconut oil in the fridge for a while. Just so when I cut into it, it's a little more solid and I don't have such a hard time kind of spreading it. It's not that bad, but I might actually put the rest of this in there. We'll bake this first and see.
Yeah, that looks awesome. I need some more on that one, though. And that one.
Let me see.
So, it looks great. So, great suggestion, Betty. Hopefully it'll turn out. It's pretty fun. As we were preparing it, you know, Judy and I were discussing some of the adaptations that we can make. And she asked a question. I can't even remember what it was, but I was like, well, I don't know. I'm not a food chemist, so... I'm
truly not a food chemist either.
No, but you definitely know.
To be.
No, we don't need to be, but you definitely have more experience than I do in adapting recipes. Just with your knowledge.
But it's just because I have fun. And guess what? Google is awesome.
Yes, it is.
So I'm gonna put that in the oven, and it says to cook. Oops, I lost it.
Of course, her laptop with the recipe went to screensaver mode.
30 to 35 minutes, but because it's dark, because I used a dark sugar or sweetener, I'm going to cook it like 25 minutes and see what happens. Okay, well, we'll have to be coming back. But before we come back, we're going to talk about where Jody was all this last week.
So last week, I had the awesome opportunity to go to Las Vegas to the SEMA show, and that is why I'm wearing this super hat from my good friend Adrian Granados from Super Detailing in Downey, California. So I had to give mad respect to my boy. So yeah, he came up to us. He was so excited. He goes, Rod and Jody, I got you something. So proud to wear the colors of Adrian Granados and Super Detailing. And it was a lot of fun. I mean, especially guys and gals that love cars, the SEMA show is something that you have to put on your bucket list, especially if you want to see some of the more innovative designs and technologies and just the creations that people are coming up with in the automotive space. In fact, they had one, I was looking for a picture of it, but I think I've lost it, but they had one truck that was so tall that I literally stood underneath it and the side rails were above my head. So a lot of fun. I put my arm out. The tires were that tall. So
he actually has some pretty cool things that he does in his business. If you don't know already, his company is Zenware. Zenware Incorporated, and they do mobility software, right?
Yep.
And so, but a lot of their software is geared towards automotive industry, and that also means those cool cars.
Yeah, so we have a mobile app that's designed for automotive detailers and reconditioners that basically is a mobile invoicing app. So we went there in conjunction with P&S Detail Products. They're an awesome partner to us. I love Dave and Bob Phillips, not only because of the company that they are, but who they are as individuals. And you can't hang out with either Dave or Bob and just come away energized with anything is possible. And I think that's one of the things that I took away from this year's episode, this year's SEMA was, and I didn't get a chance to walk around like I did last year, but because we were so busy and we were talking to so many people. And really the things that I took away is that anything is possible. A lot of the detailers that I work with, they're in smaller markets, or they're actually in big markets with a big dream, just like the small guys. They're in a small market with a big dream. And we were invited to the Glassparency party that was thrown on by Tony Sarah, and I mean, it was swanky. I mean, it was over the top. We were at the top of the Palms Resort. You could oversee 270 degrees of Las Vegas lights, and it was posh. And it was interesting because I was talking to a number of the different detailers there and their wives, and there were more than 1, 2, 3 times where people said, I can't believe that my business has taken me here, that I built a business where I was able to earn a spot at this party. And it was an appreciation party thrown on by Tony Sarah and his team to say thank you for their representation of their product. And they did a great job of showing their appreciation. But to talk to them and say, yeah, man, I'm just a small little detailer that had a dream in a little shop. And to be able to come and be recognized for the efforts in the company that we've built was really, truly, truly amazing. And the other thing that I thought was a big, I would say a mental shift for me, because I think a lot of people come to the SEMA show with the idea of seeing all the cars, and those are cool. Trust me, they're cool.
And seeing all the cars, is that what you said?
Yeah, seeing all the cars
okay.
and the trucks. Sorry, my voice is a little bit raspy from all the talking that I did last week. But one of the strong emphasis that Dave Phillips and Bob Phillips and Rennie Doyle from the Detail Mafia and Justin Lobato from the president of the IDA really encouraged among the guys coming to the show was, make sure you're coming not only to see the cars, but to learn something. Learn about new products, learn new techniques, and also take time to go and meet people. Because in the opportunity that you have of meeting people in the industry, you're going to get new ideas. You're going to get inspired by what they're doing. It'll give you ideas for your business. And you'll also see things that'll make you a better person. And so that was really, to me, a big difference in this year's attendance at SEMA, because a lot of the people that I came with or that were in my circle, they specifically came with the intent to make themselves better and also to make their businesses better.
Yeah, and I was going to say that makes sense to just wherever you go, I think, or whatever you're reading, whatever you're doing in life. I mean, it would be a waste to just go and then expect nothing from it to help lift you and educate yourself. Not even just education, I guess the same thing as knowledge, but to help you to gain that information, but also then to share that. Now, I'm not talking about data information. I'm talking about lifting and becoming a better person too.
Yeah, and even the people that are leading the industry came with that idea of, I'm going to learn something. It's like I was talking to Pan, the organizer. Check him out on YouTube. He has a YouTube channel, and he has mad respect for Obsessed Garage, Matt Mormon, who runs that YouTube channel. And he said, I specifically want to sit down with Matt so that I can learn from him, because I see him here and I'm here and I want to get up there, not in an attitude of competing, but how can I become better?
How can you level up?
Yeah, how can I level up? How can I be better, right? And I love that. And, you know, and to be at the Rag Company party at Top Golf and to sit next to them and listen to them exchange ideas and go back and forth, and this is what I tried, and if I were you, I would do these things in your business because you're to, you know, things have changed in the market from when Matt Mormon came into the market. He's like, well, there's new opportunities for you that you can take advantage of. So it was really, really awesome to be able to sit and just kind of be a fly on the wall to listen to the conversation of two greats in the industry of how they could collaborate and how they could make themselves better.
And you go in, I mean, I like that because he went in, and obviously Jody went in with, but the gentleman you just mentioned, not Matt, but the other gentleman.
Yeah, Pam, the organizer.
Pam, okay, so he went in with the aspect of it's not about competition, it's about sharing and learning and growing together. Because honestly, if you are doing what you really love to do, it doesn't matter what your competition is doing. The people that want to know you and work with you, they're going to work with you because they like you.
Yes, absolutely. And it's like Jeff Hennon says, and there's a new hashtag that we introduced a couple weeks ago at the Rag Company. It's called Detail Industry Strong. And it really applies to all industries, all people. And the idea is that if we can educate everybody in an industry sector, we can educate everybody as a group, then everybody rises. You know, high tide raises all ships. So let's do our effort to be the tide that raises everybody.
Yeah.
And I love that resonates, you know, across individual improvement and also industry improvement, because really if you're striving to be better and you seek out people that are striving to be better, you will become better. You can't help but not do that because you'll be inspired by what they're doing.
Right, it is. It's very, that's really inspirational. Those things at SEMA, and just the magnitude of some of the vehicles. I'm like, where do people get these ideas? The creativity. That's just amazing. But no, that's what we want to share with you today. Be inspired, get inspired. We want to get inspired by you and sharing your recipes with us so that we can convert it and bring it up to another level of nutrition and nourishment.
So, well we're going to circle around for when they're done. So we're going to exit
for 20 minutes.
For about 20 minutes, and we'll circle back around. I got some mashed potatoes that I got to make for the horde of people that are coming over.
There's not a horde.
No, there's not, but we're going to have fun with those friends that are coming over, so it'll be a good time. So, all
right, we'll see you guys back in about 20.
All right, see ya.
See ya. I was gonna say, why am I doing that? That's not what I do. All right.
Where? There we go.
Put it this way.
Hey guys.
Hey, we're back. Thanks for coming back with us. Look at these. Oh my gosh, they smell so good.
And they look super awesome. So I think
it's
Instagram.
Dark. Can you see it?
No, they look awesome.
They look great.
They look really,
so
really good. So.
They look good. Okay, wait. I gotta I'm trying to share this. So give me a sec.
Oh man, these look here. I'm gonna put them on a plate. That way you can get the contrast between the white plate and this. They look super yummy, and our kitchen smells awesome.
It's fall. Okay, we're gonna try these.
And you'll notice I put the big one on her side.
I was gonna grab the big one, but I'm just kidding. No, it's awesome. Hi, Dammy. Okay, we're gonna try this.
Moment of truth. Oh, I can see the apples in it. Oh, that looks awesome.
I don't know if I can see mine.
Yeah, I can see little chunks of apples.
I smell apples and pumpkin.
It smells super good. Oh man,
my streusel just came up.
I hope our upgrade worked out. So,
okay,
you ready?
No.
Okay.
It's kind of warm.
It's very warm. It's perfect.
Ready? 1, 2.
Oh man. Yeah.
He's talking with his mouth.
These are awesome.
Wow.
I couldn't wait.
Wait. Can you see that? The apples? See the apples in there?
Oh man. Wow. Betty Imme, great recipe. Judy, great upgrade. These are awesome.
Mmm.
They're
moist.
Oh man. Wow. You hit it out of the park.
Wow. These
I
are
love the
super-
streusel too.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, you have to try this recipe. This is
But they're super moist, and I don't know, they just have great
these
flavor.
are the bomb. And because of the way we made them, these are gluten free, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
So gluten free pumpkin apple streusel muffins. These are awesome.
I'm trying to think of what was in here that would make it.
I'm glad our first makeover was a home run. Because it would have been a bummer if it didn't work. So,
Well, but that's really good because you know you can just, I mean, those kind of ingredients, the coconut sugar, the coconut oil, the gluten-free flour, oatmeal. All we did with the oatmeal, just so you know, is we blended it just like we did last week. And we blended it in a blender, so you can do it in a food processor and grind it down to a flour mixture. So you always have probably oatmeal at least in your fridge, or sorry, in your pantry. But these are things you can keep in your pantry. This is the stuff that we have typically. He's already getting the second one. These are things that we keep typically in our pantry. So the coconut oil, coconut sugar, honey. What else was
I
in there?
think the only thing that we might not normally have would be the pumpkin, can of pumpkin.
No, I
Everything
had
else
2
we
cans
had.
of pumpkin that I just kept using.
I know, I'm just saying. That's the only thing I can think of that we
Oh.
wouldn't normally have.
No, I don't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what's in our pantry. So anyhow, what I want to say is that's the oatmeal flour. So here's the thing. I did this after we went off air. I took the streusel topping with the coconut oil that was in there, that solid coconut oil, and I put it in the fridge. So that's the streusel topping. I stuck it in the fridge, and when I took it out to put it on my second batch of muffins that are in the oven right now, it came out nice and crumbly and solid rather than kind of soft and melty. So it was easier to handle.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do. I would make your streusel topping first, stick it in the fridge so that you can have it so that it's crumbly and easy to handle when you're ready to put it on your muffins.
Oh, these are the bomb.
Hey, Becky. Hey, Rosa.
Yeah,
Okay.
these are really, really good.
The other question we had was, Rosa asked this question about making, I think you said pumpkin cinnamon rolls?
Yeah.
Something like that, and how to make that healthy. So I don't know how to make, I haven't found a recipe to make cinnamon rolls gluten-free, but you can totally make that healthier by using whole wheat flour. That's one of the things. You could definitely use whole wheat flour for your cinnamon rolls. And then instead for the sugars, you could use coconut sugar. But send me that recipe, Rosa. Send me it, just DM me or send it to me, message me, or I think you have my cell. So just go ahead and text it to me. And I'd love to try that because I get what you're saying about, you know, the traditions. You want to
She's
keep
up for the upgrade.
Yeah, we want to keep the traditions, but we're like, what do we do? So definitely. We got some questions here. Let's see. I can't read it from here.
Yeah,
so
that's okay. You answered them all. So you already answered them all.
No?
Yes, you did.
Okay, I guess I did. So I'm going to finish my muffin here, but yeah, definitely. This is a good one. This is a keeper.
There's a double thumbs up and a double lick.
Thank you, Betty, for that. And anybody else, please send it to us. We'd love to upgrade your recipe.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for joining us.
Have a wonderful Sunday.
All right.
See you guys. Peace
See ya.
out.
Yummy. I'm gonna finish
These are
this.
super good.
You're eating another one?
Yeah. And that doesn't happen very often with me, so.
Wow.